What is up? John here from the Red Corner, and I want to start a new series with you today called Clear My Kallax. We're going to clear my Kallax, ladies and gentlemen, because I've got Kickstarters coming in, I've got new games I want to acquire, other things I want to do, and I'm running out of room on my Kallax. And I'm not like some of these other guys on the show where I just have unlimited space and I can just keep buying games. And it just gets me, it galls at me when I have games that don't get played or games that I'm kind of meh on, but they take up space on my shelf. I mean, that just shouldn't happen in today's day and age. So, if you will, we're going to start going through my Kallax. We're going to look at each game, briefly talk about it, and I'll tell you what I think about it. If I think I'm going to keep it, if I think it's maybe one I need to get rid of, or maybe if I'm on the fence about it. And if you would please, in the comments, let me know. Tell me what you think. If there's a game that I think I'm crazy about, and you think I'm crazy, I should get rid of it, let me know. And vice versa. If there's a game I'm trying to get rid of that you're like, no, hang on to that game. You're an idiot. Don't get rid of that game. Please let me know. Meanwhile, we'll get it started. We'll start with a couple shelves on this and let me know what you think. All right, here we have shelf 1A of my Kallax, and we'll start over here on the left side and just go through each one as I use my handy laser pointer here. We've got Speakeasy Blues. I don't know if you've ever played Speakeasy Blues, but it's a Prohibition era game, so it's kind of the gangster theme that I like, where you're running a speakeasy, saloon, what have you, tavern, whatever, and the people that come into your speakeasy can score you points in different ways, and so it's kind of a cool game. It plays fairly quickly, really cool theme, dice drafting, fun game, so I think I'm going to keep that. Plus I upgraded the booze bottles, the hooch bottles, so it looks really cool. Hollywood Blockbuster. Don't know, I played it a few times. Haven't gotten really any negative reactions from it, but it wasn't the version of it I thought I was getting when I traded. I thought I was getting a different version that had real actors and directors in it. This one has parodies of actors and directors, kind of like a Mad Magazine Hollywood game, if you would. Not a bad game. It's a Rainier Knizia game. Got to play it with Chris probably before I get rid of it, or maybe just offer it to him. We'll see. Pioneer Days, one of the best Western games ever made. It's a dice drafting game, and you're building up your party that you're taking with you. You're collecting people. You've got livestock and whatnot, and you're trying to avoid different tragedies along the way. Plays fairly quickly, and it's a really fun game, and it can be really, really vicious at times too. Fun game. That one's staying, I think. Suburbia was one of the first games I played or was introduced to when I first got in the hobby, and I hadn't played it in a long time, and I acquired this one in a trade. It's the original version. I don't know if the new version is any different. Haven't ever gotten it played, though. I had sat down and messed with it solo a little bit when I got it, but it's never gotten played, so that's maybe a candidate if I can get anything for it. The Pursuit of Happiness is this next one right here. An odd little game about just going through your life. And it's a worker placement game where the workers are little, what do they call those? Little timers that represent your life. They don't really work as timers. They look like little sand timers, but they just represent the time that you spend in your life. So if you spend it wisely, you get happy. If you don't spend it wisely, you have a lot of stress and you die young. So it's it sounds a little grim, but when you play it, it's very thematic, a very thematic worker placement Euro. It's really cool, but it doesn't get played much. That's the bad thing about it. Dust in the Wings. It's a Mancala type game, so you put it with Mancala and 5 tribes and whatever else other Mancala game you can think of, but it plays really quickly. My wife loves it. It's pretty. It's probably staying. So it's probably staying just for that. But I don't know. It's not my favorite game, but it does get played a lot, so it should probably stay in the collection. City of Spies. Another one doesn't get played as much as I want it to, but it is one of my favorite games where you're acquiring different spies. You can only have 6 in your hand that you're actually playing with. The rest of them only score as a point each at the end of the game, so you're trying to hang on to the ones that are worth a lot, but you have to have spies that have good abilities to use too. So fun little game there. The Golden Ticket Game. A game about Willy Wonka. I got this when it was really cheap at Target and played it with the family a couple times, and everybody seemed to like it, but then we haven't played it since. So I don't know. Maybe that's a candidate. Santorini, New York. I had to get another Santorini game because I lost the building tops to my Santorini. So I went and got Santorini, New York when it was real cheap, and because you can play it like Santorini or you can play it like Santorini, New York. So I don't know, but haven't played it since I got it though, so I don't know, maybe that's a candidate. New York Slice, everybody likes this game. It's so fun. You play it up to 6 players, slice up your pie, and then score points for set collection. It's really fun. Then we get into the Colt Express area, because I've got Colt Express and the 2 expansions. Not to mention I have the pad, I have the screen printed meeples, whatnot, so doesn't really get played much. Maybe it's a candidate to get rid of it. Tell me what you think. Then I've got my unmatched games. And the only ones I really have are, like I say, are the 2 Marvel games. I've got lurking back behind is Deadpool. And then I've got the Jurassic Park that has the T-Rex. And I haven't played that one yet. I played the other ones. But this one, the boys can gang up on Dad with the T-Rex. So I thought that would be a good one to get. But that is that shelf. But let's also talk about up here, even though these aren't going anywhere. I've got Canvas and Canvas Reflections. The second expansion is on the way whenever it gets done on Kickstarter. So these I've got on a little shelf above my Kallax on the wall so they can look really cool. All right, so that's shelf 1A. Now let's take a look at shelf 1B. All right, here we have shelf 1B that we're going to take a look at, and we'll go left to right again. Starting with Furnace, the new hotness from about, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago. I've only gotten mine played once, I think. I don't have the mat for it or anything. All I've got is the base game. And I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. I don't know if I need to keep that. That's something that might have some value to get rid of. So you tell me what you think about it. Takanoko, however you say it. That's a fun game. And I got it for a song and a trade. Really like hanging on to that because my wife loves it. It gets played pretty easily. So fun game there. That's probably staying. Seven Wonders, believe it or not, probably staying. My copy's in great shape. I just got it like 2 years ago. And I think right before the new edition came out and it was really cheap. And I just think it's a fun game to throw out there once in a while. I know some people have grown past it, but not me. I've not matured. It's a Wonderful World, one of my favorite games probably. So it's probably staying. And it's a great drafting game. And I've got an expansion, the War or Peace, that I haven't played yet. So I think we're going to have to hang on to that. The Godfather, maybe my favorite game. I don't know. I'd have to reevaluate. I have a hard time making lists of favorites. But The Godfather is a great game. Worker placement game, completely thematic, amazing time every time I play it. Win or lose, doesn't matter. It's a great game. Penny Express, potential to be a great game. This might be a candidate. Penny Express is about running your own newspaper. You set up your front page with your headlines and your ads and all that. Really cool theme. Well done. It just seems like there might be something missing to make it great, like I say, but it is a fun game. And I upgraded it with real pennies to use for instead of the cardboard pennies that come in it. Boy, was that a costly upgrade. Then we've got Nothing Personal, brought to you by Tom Vassell, which is ironic because I thought he didn't like Take That, and I know he hates bad rulebooks. This features both. Lots of Take That, a rulebook that's almost incomprehensible. Once you get to know the game, though, it's a blast. It is a fun game. It takes a little long to play, but I do have a mini expansion on the way, so I think I'm probably going to hang on to that one. Saloon Tycoon, another Western game here. I think it's our third one already. Haven't played this one yet. Got it in a Christmas trade. Not a math trade, but just like a Christmas gift trade. And it looks really fun playing a guy in the Old West just building your saloon. You build it floor by floor and it builds up three-dimensionally from the building. It looks really fun. Haven't played it yet. Let me know what you think. The Hunger, we had this featured on our show, and I love this game, even though I have a hard time getting back to the castle and not getting burned to a crisp. Which that's what you do in this game. You run out, you can watch how we talk about it in the Great Game Debate. How you run out, you try to feast on humans, and they slow you down. You can't get back to the castle. And if you're like me, you usually burn and don't get to end the game. But I really love it. Maybe it's the challenge. Dune Imperium, still in shrink, mind you. I got this one really cheap. I think this was at the Barnes & Noble sale. And waiting until I play it before I open it up. So this might actually be one to get rid of. Let me know, because maybe I can make a little money on it. Old London Bridge, my favorite game of 2022, it's staying. Great game if you haven't played it. Although I haven't seen it at retail, so I don't know if you can even get it yet. San Francisco, another one I just picked up halfway recently. I had an unboxing of it, and it's a fun game. I like it. Some people have a hard time with some of the mechanics and can't get past that, but it's really, at its heart, not a very complicated game, and it looks good on the table, and I think I'm going to keep that one, but let me know what you think about it. That is shelf 1B. So there you have it, folks. Shelf 1A, shelf 1B. Let me know what you think about those. I don't know what to do. I got to get rid of something. So my fate lies in your hands. All right. So we'll see you next time on Clear the Kallax.